This is where it all starts. On a foggy Saturday morning, we drive to Petaluma, California, to visit with Cindy Callahan, who runs Bellwether Farms, a nationally acclaimed sheep and goat, dairy and cheese-making enterprise. Milk from the females is pasteurized in a state-of-the-art installation and turned into various products, including a fabulous pecorino cheese aged for months on wooden racks. Cindy's an extraordinary person who was first a nurse, then became a lawyer, and left New York with her late husband to start a new career as a farmer with 10 sheep and a few acres. One of those females seems to be looking for her boyfriend, but we won't tell her in what shape he's coming home to Sonoma with us for our friend's greatest enjoyment. The previous evening, with the help of my friends Billy and Don, we've been setting the stage for the 7-hour cooking operation, which will take place in our garden under the soothing shade of a very old fig tree. First, we carry the 4 steel baskets, which will hold the hot coals, and then I'm bringing the 2 upright posts. These slide into a concrete jacket for good stability. They are equipped with sliding adjustable brackets for best positioning of the spit on which the lamb will be impaled. I can take credit only for the design of this rig because I had it forged by a local blacksmith. Once back in Sonoma around 9 a.m., we're going to prepare the lamb prior to roasting. First, I remove from inside the chest cavity the caul fat, a fatty membrane that looks like lace, bagged by the butcher, the heart, and a beautiful, healthy liver. The kidneys remain in place where they will cook in their own fat. Yes, confit of kidneys. The heart and liver will turn into delicious brochettes at lunch while the Mechoui is cooking. Next, I season the inside of the lamb with kosher salt, which has no iodide taste, with a handful of homemade rasa hanout, a North African mix of various spices, and with a homemade blend of aromatic herbs. This year, for the first time, at my cousin Lyliane's suggestion, I'll stuff the chest cavity with about 4 pounds of couscous, which has been previously fluffed with a good amount of lightly salted water. I've been assured that the result will be a delicious side dish full of flavor. Meanwhile, Billy has started the fire. We use a small quantity of matchlight charcoal as a primer, being careful to place the bins away from the trees so that they won't burn. The rest of the cooking, however, will be done with mesquite, natural hardwood charcoal, so there won't be any unpleasant odor. Using a cobbler's needle and sizzle twine, this is the next to last preparation phase. I'm sewing the belly flaps on each side of the lamb's chest cavity so that the cooking juices, the herbs and spices, and the couscous will remain inside. My needle point may not be qualified as haute couture, but it does the job. While I'm doing this, Billy's cleaning up the spit and he rubs it with some oil to make the impaling a little bit easier. Now for the gory part, please spare me the usual jokes. With the help of my friends, we slide the spit inside the lamb, starting where the sun don't shine. Before inserting it into the mouth, we place an iron bar welded to a sliding sleeve which fits over the spit and can be adjusted with a turn of a screw. That bar, as well as the one at the other end of the spit, has holes in it, and in a minute you'll understand why. The coals are hot and ready, and the fire baskets are positioned on 2 concrete slabs on each side of the uprights. With some copper wire, I snugly fasten all 4 legs to the bars so that the lamb will stay put when the spit rotates. And finally, it's on to the fire. I've designed the adjustable brackets so that the bracket near the lamb's head has a rounded support which allows the end of the spit to rotate freely on it, but the other bracket has a square section the same size as the spit, which is also square. The brackets can be adjusted up or down the uprights. The spit can be easily rotated by lifting it slightly, giving it a quarter turn, and putting it back on the square support so that it will stay put. While the lamb is cooking, Billy relaxes with a good book. The lamb has to cook slowly so that the inside will not be raw and the outside burnt, or both. To achieve a crispy skin, we baste it once in a while with melted butter and rotate the lamb every 10 minutes or so for even cooking. The fire baskets are kept at some distance at first, but will be brought closer and closer in the final browning step more than 6 hours later. Now comes the tricky browning phase. The fire baskets rest on 2 concrete slabs, so it's easier to maneuver them for optimum crispiness and color. Finally, the moment everyone's been waiting for. The lamb is carried out so that our guests will have a chance to take pictures. Then it's on to the serving table. The spit is removed, and it's time for the eyes ceremony. The 2 guests of honor are bestowed with a singular honor, eating the eye. As a host, I've had the pleasure of presenting many of our friends with a tasty morsel, and everyone, hopefully including the recipients, has a great time. I've gathered around me some members of the exclusive Eye Club, which will hopefully keep on growing. Another duty of the host is to present guests with carefully selected pieces of the crispy skin, which are devoured on the spot. Just a few minutes later, that's all that's left of the Mechoui. Next year, there'll be even less.